Well, shall we jump into things? Because we have some
Yeah,
interesting
I
things
mean,
tonight.
like we kind of said Donald Trump and this stuff and that stuff at the very beginning, and then we got into like the political stuff
Well,
right
we'll,
away.
we'll we'll get to Donald in a second. I want to start with probably out of all
More
these stories,
lighthearted.
probably the most boring one, but it's still pretty important if you ask me.
Most boring. Come on, man. You can't do that.
A lot of people are interested in this type of shit. I don't know why. This is an important story. It's an insanely important story, and it's changing the country in which it happened.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys familiar with Stephen Fry?
Stephen Fry. Yeah, I am.
Absolutely not.
He is a I want to say he's a British actor, comedian, philosopher. He might not be a philosopher. He might be a mathematician. I'm not entirely sure. But according to this, he might actually be. No, he is British. Okay. He's a British comedian, actor, and philosopher. He's an atheist who speaks with people like Richard Dawkins a lot. And I suppose he's been living in Ireland. And Ireland has prosecuted him based on a TV show from 2015 where he made some comments pretty much criticizing God as a character.
As a character.
Pretty much. He was saying that God was stupid, selfish, and quote, quite clearly a maniac.
Is he just reading the Bible like it's a fictional story and just like reviewing it online or something?
Well, it looks like it was an interview.
Yeah.
Called the Meaning of Life. It's got a bunch of hits on YouTube. Maybe I'll put a link in the description for you guys. It's an interesting interview, and he says things like that: "God is still stupid, selfish, and quote quite clearly a maniac." And he went on to say things like, if he was asked. If
As
you
a
were confronted,
theist, I can relate.
yeah, and he was asked if he was confronted by God, what would he say? And he said, "How dare you create a world in which there is no such misery? That is not our fault. It's not right, and it's utterly, utterly evil." And those are his words.
Preach.
Yeah, and so Ireland, because this did appear in Ireland, was prosecuting him for blasphemy.
Oh yeah.
Based on the Irish Constitution of what they call their defamation law. Defamation, if you don't know, is intentionally making somebody's character look bad.
Isn't it pronounced defamation? But I guess that's only if a deaf person does it or something.
I just want to see a conversation between him and Richard Dawkins. Like that.
I think
the reason why is because Richard Dawkins has freedom of speech and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently
well, Richard Dawkins has freedom of speech to an extent because the British laws, as far as I understand them, are freedom of speech.
Wait, does he not live in the States, Richard Dawkins?
No,
I don't think he does.
Think so.
Okay, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think British freedom of speech laws is like close to our Canada ones because we have a little more restriction. Just being honest, but I think we have more restriction than the U.S. does. So. Like I don't think it's as bad as Ireland, but
well, that's the good thing about this case, though. The charges were dropped. Somebody came to his defense. That person was
God.
God just comes down from the sky. Just like, nope, drop the charges. You better drop that right now. Nope.
Apparently, there is a God. Wow, you guys got me all fucked up. There's a guy who here I'm seeing as Edna Kenny, who is the prime minister, and Mr. Adams, whoever Mr. Adams is. Oh, Gary Adams, who is listed as a Sinn Féin leader, whatever that means. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe that's a type of God.
Adams urged Kenny to drop the charges, which were dropped. Yeah. And this law, the last prosecution for defamation happened in 1855 in Ireland. So this is the first time since almost 100 years.
Oh boy.
No, over 100 years. Is that over 100 years? That is over 100 years.
I don't know. You're asking me about math and stuff.
Sorry, so give me the numbers again.
No,
1855 to now, that's over 100 years.
If it's from the 1800s, then yeah, of course that's over
Yeah.
100 years.
I had a brain fart. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, you know what? It's okay
And-
because I'm sure some people zoned out too. Maybe.
They probably have.
If they're looking at the same circles I am, then
Yeah. You're just looking at the avatars.
So, but as a result of this whole thing, it looks like they are looking into changing that law. So stuff like this can't happen again. So the stuff like being prosecuted for blasphemy can't happen again in Ireland. So yeah, he was prosecuted, which is a terrible thing because he was speaking his mind. Whether you agree with him or not, he still should be allowed to do that. And as a result of this whole thing, the laws look like they might be changing, which is always a good thing.
But another 100 years, it'll be illegal to talk about Christianity. Like
Let's see how far they go.
on the other side, it's just you just tell somebody go to church and you'll get arrested.
So I gotta be careful.
I've actually, I might get back to a story later, but yeah, carry on.
I thought you were gonna say something like, "Oh, I actually know that that's happening pretty soon." It's like, "Oh shoot, it's already happening." You didn't tell us. I gotta be careful.
Well,
I tell people to go to church. Then shoot, go to church.
Oh no!
Shoot.
It'll be illegal to pray. Just
Yeah.
you get caught praying.
Yeah. Get pot like putting your hands together.
I wasn't praying. I was putting lotion on.
Yeah. I wasn't. This is lotion.
What are you putting lotion on for? To masturbate.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, okay, go on your way.
Explain that one to the judge.
Oh, he can join if he wants. Netflix and chill. I don't care. I was using the lotion to masturbate. Okay, sir, go on your way. What were you using the lotion for? You better tell me. Do you want to talk to the nice cop? Hi, guys. Do you really want to deal with that?
Wait.
I don't.
Well, I mean, if he's nicer than the other one, then sure. At least I won't feel too intimidated in a different way. So
I would feel intimidated in a good way, I think.
yeah.
I can't go to prison because that would be way too popular.